longboarding mom. Today I am going to show you how to do something fun. I showed you a little short of my birthday cake last week, and it was, I think it was Friday that short came out, and it was not my birthday, but it's my birthday month. And as you all know, I've had a rough couple weeks. So today is the 15th of May, and the 1st of May, I got laid off of work. And I want you all to know it's only for a month. It's just like, we're just slow, and it has not been like this in a few years. So this is kind of crazy because we're coming into the summer months and we should be hiring right now, and it has dropped dramatically. I mean, this is just crazy. So he laid me off for a month and I get unemployment. But unemployment is taking forever. So if you're off work in the state of Oregon for 1 month, and you do everything correctly, I have a start date, everything like that, you can collect unemployment without having to look for work. I can go look for work if I want to, but I know I've got a job. So what is the point of trying to go find work, get a job, and then tell them, oh, I got my job back? So right now I've got 1 month unemployment, but I couldn't apply until it was a line. You don't want to apply too soon because you don't want to lose that and have to, it's just weird. So anyway, I waited until the 1st of May, and because I was on my days off anyway. I worked my last day, my days off, and then I was supposed to work that weekend, which was the 1st of May. And so I waited till the 1st of May. I got on the computer and applied and stuff, and they're like, oh, yes, we know who you are. We've seen that you've had employment before and everything's correct, but we want you to prove who you are. So we're going to send you this letter. Okay. Well, that was Thursday. On Friday, nothing. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, nothing. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Finally, I get a letter from unemployment, and it's got the little code in there and stuff. I get online, blah, 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 fill it all out. Oh, okay, we see it's you and everything. So we'll link your accounts and get started. Now you can apply for unemployment. So I applied for unemployment, and I was approved, and I get a weekly amount, and now I've got a waiting week. So basically, I waited 2 weeks for unemployment, and I'm not gotten paid. That's okay. But in the meantime, on my birthday, my car has been doing this little jiggy thing. I don't think I said anything about it. I was going to do a video, but I didn't know how to explain it. It was a weird feeling. So it jimmied and shook a little bit when I first started driving, and I'd be on my way to work, and I've got a 20-minute drive and stuff. The first 6 miles, it did that, and boom, nice and easy and smooth and da-da. Every once in a while, when I slowed to brake and stuff, it would do-do-do-do. And I had new brakes, but we knew the calipers and everything were old, and eventually we would need to change them. So I took it into Les Schwab. Les Schwab's like, oh, everything's fine. Your brakes are good. Everything's great. If it gets worse, come back. Well, it got worse, but instead of me taking it back to Les Schwab, we had a gentleman take care of it for me, and this is where the cake comes in. Anyway, he drove my car, not even the 6 miles, because he's like, oh, I think I know what it is. He tried a couple of things and took it back to his shop. They were almost on fire. They were smoking. So literally, Les Schwab said everything's great and fine when my calipers were bad, which I knew when I bought the car. I put new brake pads on, and they said eventually I'll need them. So it's been a couple of years. Yes, I need them. But Les Schwab broke bolts. Les Schwab stripped my lug nuts. Oh my gosh, I had to pay over $600 just in parts to fix it because it my brakes, and they were like almost locked. So I'm driving with, I could have caught on fire. And now, like, my son has Les Schwab tires, I have Les Schwab tires, and they're going to want us to rotate them. They literally broke my lug nuts and stripped my, without telling me anything. Like, they sent me an email, everything's great, everything's fine. Wasn't. So anyway, I am making a cake for the guy that fixed my car because we paid for parts and then tried giving him $200, which isn't enough. He took him all day to work on my car. We did all the running to get to town and back twice for parts and stuff. And that's not, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. And he's fixing things, taking it apart, waiting for us. And he fixed my car for $150 because it was my birthday. He gave me $50 back. He's such a sweet guy and didn't even charge enough. I mean, all day work and a mechanic, shop time, that would have been over $1,000. So I am making that checkered cake I made for him before. I called it my birthday cake. I had made it for him and his wife. And unfortunately, she was not home because her dad had passed away. I didn't know. And so I was like, well, I want her to enjoy this cake too because it's a big cake. And it was my birthday, so I kept it for my birthday. I was going to just eat cupcakes and stuff and like give all the cupcakes away and stuff to my neighbor and so I can get more rocks. More rocks. You see all the houses I have. But so I'm going to show you guys. I know I've made a cake before. I cheat. I do box cakes. But there is a secret to making a box cake good. And I like chocolate fudge for the center. I can make chocolate fudge, but it just, I don't know, this stuff is really good. But I do make my own icing. So I got my powdered sugar. I got my pans. I need a lot of cake to make this. So I've got 3 rounds. I don't know what happened to my 4th one. So I used my pie pan. This is the big, gigantic Pyrex one. And it actually worked great. Same size as my little cakes and stuff. And since I'm cutting it anyway, it worked perfect. So we're going to get started on making these cakes. It's going to take me a lot of eggs. I'm going to have lots of cupcakes and cake left over. So I might have some more cake. Okay, the first thing I do is get out my wax paper. And we're going to make 4 circles. A mess everywhere. So basically I take your pan, grab your scissors. You don't need them open because you're just basically gonna trace around and the wax paper will leave a little line. Sometimes if I do open it, it does cut it a little bit. And then you can see the little line. We're going to do 3 of these regular ones and then 1 in the pie pan because you want the bottom. So what this does, I used to be a cake decorator and this helps the cake release. So we're going to grease the pan and put this inside the cakes. Oh, before I move on, I wanted to show you guys my boo-boo. You know, you've seen my boo-boo from longboarding and this is my elbow. So this was the worst part of it, and it was about yay big, and it was probably a 2nd degree. I don't know if they have 3rd degree. I was like, Google. I'm not a what do you call it? A physician. I'm not a doctor. I Googled how to take care of road rash because I wanted to make sure I was not going to get infected and, I'm going to have a bad scar there. Yay. I've never really hurt myself that bad before. I've broken fingers and stuff, but I've never fallen and hurt, knock on wood, not hurt myself that bad. So, God has very blessed me and taken care of me. That's what I got to say. But, so I looked it up on Google and it said 2nd degree road rash, you really should go to the hospital and da-da-da-da. So this is how you should take care of road rash. Cover it and let it air out. Cover it, let it air out. So I would cover it at night while I was sleeping. Cover it if I needed to go to town and wear my sweatshirts or something like that. And then the rest of the time I keep the wound open. I save these because I use the scraps for the Crisco when I do the pans and stuff. I'll show you. So yeah, so that's how I've been taking care of it. It itches really bad right now. It's been a week and just over a week and a half. So that's not bad. I say, you know, I'm 47 years old and you don't heal as fast as you normally do. My bruises went away on my fingers kind of fast. I still have little boo-boos and stuff here and there, you know, the deeper knee one and stuff. But I did not break anything, and thank you for all the prayers. Thank you for asking me how I'm doing and stuff, because, you know, I don't feel pain right away. That's what's really bad. So that's why I kind of sat in the car and made sure I was okay. I was probably in shock a little bit too. I drove home, and as I was driving home, that's when I started feeling other boo-boos and stuff. The one on my ankle I could feel. You know, things don't hurt all at the same time. You know, they take time hurting at different places and stuff. So then the next day I had a little road rash on this elbow. Wasn't bad. So I was not going to cut all these out and show you guys how, but yeah, story time. I love story time. I always say that to my husband when he gets home from work. Story time, guess what I heard today? No, oh, that's bad. Then it sounds like I'm talking rumors. Is it rumors if it's facts? Is it rumors if you're lying? I don't know. What's a rumor? See how little that one is? So that one's going to go. We'll do that one first. So like I said, I use vegetable shortening for a lot of stuff, and it's gotten so expensive. Okay, so we're gonna take, if I don't have these little scraps, I use the inside of the cake if I forget to do this first. Sometimes I forget to do this first and I've already made all the cake mixes and stuff. So you do this. These are all gonna be set aside, ready to go. I'm going to do chocolate and a white cake. So we'll do the white cake first, because then I don't have to wash my, this sounds horrible. I don't have to wash my mixer, and I just dump in the chocolate and go from there. Who does that when you're trying to save time? And I hate doing dishes. So do your white cake first, and then you throw in the chocolate next. Put the other one in. So this helps release. You don't, if you're doing wedding cakes, this is a secret. If you're doing wedding cakes, like, oh, flour the pan or grease the pan and flour, and your cake releases so much easier. Well, if you're doing a wedding cake and you ice the wedding cake, it just falls right off. That flour makes it to where the icing doesn't want to stick to the side of the cakes and stuff. So you do this little method. You cool the pans, you cool the cakes upside down, boom, they pop right out. So easy. I'll show you guys here in a second. Or I'll show you guys. It's going to be tomorrow because I've got to freeze these after I let them cool after baking. But let's get started on, we're going to do white cake first because, like I said, white first and chocolate. I need 8 egg whites. Say that 10 times fast. My hands are super clean because we are going to do some egg whites. But first, we're going to dump 2 packages of this cake mix in. I just buy what is on sale. I don't really have a preference of like what brand I like. Actually, I do. Pillsbury. Duncan Hines is okay, and I think there's others. But usually these are the cheapest ones and stuff. So I follow the recipe on the back of the box. So when you do one box is cute and all, and when you make your cakes and stuff, and you like try to make a double layer or something, it's just you always end up with this little itty bitty cake and stuff. And the secret is to do 2, and don't overfill your pans, of course. And then you have cupcakes or whatever and stuff. You always have extra cake, but always do 2, because if you want like a big cake, like wedding cakes or the cakes that you get in the store and stuff, they don't do just 1 box of cake mix. They do more. So anyway, we're gonna need the box directions. There's 2 of them. You can make it with whole eggs, or you can do the egg whites, and the big fluffy white cakes and stuff, you do the egg whites. So we want to follow that directions, and I need 1 1/4 cups of water. So I need 3 cups of water, and I'm gonna get my filtered water over here. I do have a 4-cup measuring cup, but that just dirties up more. So here's 2 cups, and I'm gonna get 1 more. I'm pretty good about eyeballing it. When you measure, you want to actually put it level on a countertop and make sure it's level with that. And those are bubbles. That is 3 cups there. And then I need 1 cup of vegetable oil. You could use coconut oil. I'm sure you can use different oils and stuff. Vegetable oil is not all that great for you, but it is the cheaper oil. And if you're trying to save money right now, do with vegetable. Oh, and I went over just a little bit. Look. I'll use this on something else later, or I'll pour it into my, it's only not even a teaspoon. If you look at the little line there. Yeah. Dump that in, and then this is where I said, have your hands washed, wash. So we are going to separate the egg whites. And I bought these just today. They are $8 and some change for 18 count. I've been getting eggs from my mother-in-law, but I didn't want to use these. So clean fingers. We're going to go like this. And you can save the yolks and make something out of them. I'm not going to. I don't have the energy right now, especially if I'm making cake. And this is why I say do it in the opposite, because then you can get, I got an egg shell in there. There it is. 1 eggshell. Okay, and then give it the good old smell test. Make sure it's not rotten. So this is how I ruined a wedding cake one time I was making. Because I was doing, I think it was a chocolate cake, and I was just dumping them right into the thing because I wasn't separating the yolks or anything. And, oh, don't break. Ah, nice. Nice fresh eggs. Yolks don't break. I've told you this story before. Yes, rotten eggs. I don't ever get rotten eggs from my mother-in-law. Those eggs are so good. I made something out of one of the eggs last night, and the yolk was just so vibrant and rich. And if you don't like to feel the sliminess of the eggs and stuff, wear gloves. They also have little strainers that do this for you. You don't have to touch the yolk and the egg. Yes, I keep putting my hand over the thing because I'm dripping the rest in there. I'm not smelling anything. Oh, ah. Okay, let's see if I can get this out. And then I got some dang it. There's a lot of shell in this one. One moment. It's gonna take some time to get 3 shells out. Ugh. You ever seen an egg look like that before? It smells fine. It feels fine. What do you think? Okay, now what we're gonna do is we are going to mix this around. I'm gonna get my little mixer out. My big mixer out. My big spatula out, and just kind of get this like this down on the bottom there. Just a little bit. And then we're gonna turn this on like a medium low speed. So like this one, I turn it on to 2 for a minute. When that minute is over, you want to lift it up. Make sure this mixer doesn't get the bottom as well as the KitchenAid mixers. My only complaint, I think, when I'm making dough and just cookies and stuff like that, it's got a little center in there that it lifts up a little bit. It just does not, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't work as well as KitchenAid's, honestly. I love my KitchenAid, but I like this one too because it's got the little drop-in thing too. So anyway, okay, so 1 minute on medium low, like, or low, I guess. And then we're going to do 2 minutes exactly. You don't want to do under, and you don't want to go over either. You want to, but you want to make sure that egg is whipped up nicely. So like a medium high. Okay, it has been 2 minutes. We are gonna get this out of the way here. I've got my pans over here. Oh, so heavy too. So you want to use the beater attachment for your cakes. I got different attachments that come with it: hook, beater, and dough. Wait, the hook is the dough. The flat. That one, you can use it for the cake, but this one beats up the egg better. So anyway, make sure you, my husband's home from work. It's all mixed in. See how fluffy that is? That's the egg whites beat into it. So we're going to do 1 cup at a time. And we're going to make them even. Okay, so we're going to do 3 big cups. Shake them around, make sure they're even. I'm just going to add about 1/2 cup to each one. They're going to be huge. Okay, and then we're going to make some cupcakes with the leftover. We need 2 white and 2 chocolate. So these are going to go in the oven, and they actually go in the oven longer than the time on the back of the boxes because I put in more cake than what you would normally put in there. So about 30 minutes, and then you're going to do your little toothpick test and see if it's done. The oven is not preheated yet. It's almost ready at 350 degrees. While I'm waiting for my oven to preheat, I'm going to fill my cupcake liners. I have regular liners, paper to give away to people, and then I have the ones that I keep at home that are the silicone ones and stuff. They clean up really nicely. They're reusable. I really like those ones, but you can't give cupcakes away, and I don't want to eat them all. I'm not going to have enough cake mix to fill all of these liners like I thought I was going to. So I'm going to fill what I have, and then the rest I'll probably take the liners out, and before you bake them in the oven, you add a little bit of water to each empty cup because you don't want to bake nothing in those cups. It will burn them. Nice, beautiful cakes. I put them on for 33 minutes, and 30 minutes was not long enough. I'm holding my camera because I was not ready for this. Okay, hold on. Let me pull this out. And it still kind of jiggles a little bit. There's a little bit on the toothpick. I don't know if you can see that, just a little bit. So we're gonna put them in for just a couple minutes longer. see how tall those cakes are. We're going to cut that top off. We are going to make this chocolate cake at a faster speed. We've already made a white cake, so it's basically the same thing. So I have a Betty Crocker cake mix and a Pillsbury cake mix, and there's a funny story to that. Always check your cabinets before you do anything. Make sure you have everything you need. So I got in my cabinet to make my chocolate cake, and I had one chocolate cake box, pull out the other box, and it was white. No, I always have two of each, but this time I didn't. So I had to run up to the store and grab another cake mix. And the bad thing about this one is that it cost me $3.99 versus the $1.79 at the grocery store in town. And I could have just bought one chocolate and one white, but that's okay. So the cake mixes were different sizes, but they still only needed the same ingredients: 3 eggs each, 1 cup of water, and a half a cup of oil. So you double those: 6 eggs, 2 cups of water, and 1 cup of oil. And then we're going to divide the cake mixes between the 2 pans, and we're going to make cupcakes out of those. Bake it at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. Try to make your cupcakes as evenly as possible so they'll bake right. Come back later and I'll show you how to assemble the cakes.